Next speaker will be Don Smart, candidate for Attorney General. To introduce Don will be Roxanne Carney.
Yeah, it's my great pleasure to introduce Don Smart. Let me tell you what I think about libertarian ideals briefly. I think everybody in the world has this little germ of the libertarian in them, and they don't even know it. They have this love of freedom, or there's something in them that we would call a libertarian, and it's up to us to water that little seed and help it to grow. And grow the party. And Don's seed sprouted in 2008, and he tells a great story about how that happened and how he came to join the party and what it means to him. And I love his story, and I'd like him to share it with you. Meet Don Smart.
Thank you, Roxanne. As Roxanne said, I'm Don Smart, and I'm seeking your vote for the nomination for Attorney General of the state of Georgia. The Attorney General of the state of Georgia, just layman's term, is the state's chief law officer, head of the state law department of the law firm. And its main influence, I guess, from a libertarian point of view, would be that the Attorney General advises all the state agencies about pending lawsuits, pending actions. And so I think a libertarian view of limited government, a limited view on the expansion of government, comes in very much in play in the broad view of running the state law office. A little bit about myself. I grew up down in South Georgia on a farm. Still have my little 22 rifle I bought with my tobacco money in the summer back in '66. Still have that with me. I went to college at West Georgia College over in Carrollton. I got a law degree from Emory. Went into the United States Marine Corps for 4 years active duty. Then actually liked the camaraderie enough that when I got out and went to ball practice in Savannah, I stayed in the reserves until 1999 and retiring as Lieutenant Colonel on that. As Roxanne says, I've been involved politically since basically my retirement from the Marine Corps in 1999. I had an obligation, obviously, during that period of time. But the one thing I found was, and I had this epiphany, if you will, in 2008. It really started in 2006. I'm a refugee from the Democratic Party, if you will. Not so much that I changed my philosophy. I was always what I considered a moderate Democrat. But things have changed, just like they changed in the Republican Party. They kind of went the other way. They became even more fiscally irresponsible, I figured, in 2006 and 2008. And most importantly to me, on personal liberties, they became very socially intolerant. If you weren't their type of leaving their type of personal responsibility, they shunned you. It became very, and that was their drawing card. They were supposed to be the big tent, big inclusive. But they're very much now socially intolerant. Now, looking where to go, looked at the Republican Party, but once again, their stance on personal liberties, social responsibilities, social tolerance, just didn't fit my, quite frankly, libertarian views that I've always had. So that's how I ended up. I was looking around and I said, you know, I think I'm a libertarian. I looked at the issues of fiscal responsibility, of social tolerance. A lot of my friends that call themselves the moderate tolerant middle class, who a lot of times, you know, they don't pay party dues for Democrats, they don't pay party dues for Republicans, and they normally vote for the lesser of two evils in elections. And you looked at their position, they're really libertarians. They just don't know it. They call themselves independents. And I think that's our challenge, and I think in this election, there's a lot of openings for Libertarian candidates, especially on a statewide basis, where you have a larger demographic group, if we can drive home the point that the extremes elements that have taken over the Democratic Party, the extreme elements that have taken over the Republican Party, and the only place and the only home for really true, moderate, tolerant, middle-class people and other voters is the Libertarian Party. So I hope we can get our message out this year. Obviously, I ask for your nomination and then later on your support to help us get that message out there. Thanks.